The Row, the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen high-end luxury line had a sample sale here in New York City last weekend, and people who went to this sample sale, and by which I mean to say like high-income women, most of them hired people to sit in line, to sleep online in tents the night before, line wrapped around the block. Now the Row sells like I'm gonna say, a trouser retails for like $2,000. The Business of Fashion headline: Why do people queue for hours for the Rose sample sale? Page Six had similar coverage. I want to toss to a little bit of an influencer named Isabel Tan, who went to this sample sale and then unbagged her haul on Instagram. If you are only listening to this segment, I'm going to suggest you watch this on YouTube. But when I say that these pieces are basics, that to the naked eye, she may as well have gotten these at Uniqlo. I'm sorry. Let's take a look at Isabel, and then Kinsey, you'll tell me your thoughts.
Here is everything I got from the Rose sample sale with a full price breakdown and sizing. Okay, I'm just gonna start with
bags.
My favorite shoe. It is the Sigma with really beautiful, I think it's pony hair. I could be
These are
wrong.
hideous. These shoes
But
are
I just
hideous.
love the stitching on here. I'm not sure.
They're giving Payless.
Last
Yeah,
year,
exactly. If you saw them
the
at
pieces
Payless,
I wore
you'd
the
walk
most
right
was
by.
my coat and also my shoes. So this year I wanted to really prioritize them. How
Yeah, so she's showing them with her jeans. They don't look any better with the jeans. Another
Oh
pair.
God, those are hideous. Those are giving
hideous.
like,
With the point,
my
They
God.
have such a long toe.
I also
It's
saw
like
the
I just
beyond
wanna-
witchy costumey.
I want to
and
break
maybe
out into
green, but I just thought the
Roxy
Ostrich skin
Hart
was
for
so
cabaret
sick, and I
right
had to
now,
get
looking
them.
at those
So I
hideous
just got,
shoes.
like,
Oh
a
my
pair
God,
of
they're awful. And
plastic
then the
black
super
ones. I
basic
got them because
pair
they're
of
lambskin
black
and it's
pumps.
just
She's like,
so
oh, they're
soft.
lambskin. They're so.
Find it really
I mean, I
hard
think
to
she spent
find
$800 on those
gold
shoes.
heels. They're not tacky.
Okay, these
And
gold
I thought these were
sandals. I had a
perfect.
pair
It
of
had
Sigerson
silver
Morrison
detail here,
gold
which
sandals that were
so
exactly
beautiful. I
like
love
this.
how,
Okay,
like, strappy
all
and
these
thin they
designers, all
are.
these houses, they all
Second
rip each other
bag,
off.
clothes.
Now we're
Put the
going to get
pants
to
on
a
for you
little bit of
'cause
the
they look
clothes.
so
Here's that
sick.
trouser.
One
Here's that
second.
gray
I'm
pant.
always in search of like a good black pants, and they all
Oh,
fit
we're
so
always in
different.
search. This
And these
is
are just, like,
so
white leg
basic,
and
I
wool,
can't
which I think
even.
are really good for winter.
It's-
I really thought I was gonna leave the sample so without a coat
I
because I
just-
just
Oh,
like,
and this
tried
jacket.
to
Okay,
find
we're
all
gonna
the
look at
winter
this
stuff this
coat
year.
really
Like,
fast.
the trick to finding
This,
these
I think
pieces
she
is
got
to
on
go in
sale
the
for
changing
like
room, 'cause this is how I found this. Just found it on the rack
$1,125.
that, like,
She
nobody
looks
wants it.
like
Honestly,
it
I
looks
was
like a
school shooter?
uniform. Okay, we
out,
can
so I wasn't
stop.
really looking
Oh,
at the
that's a well-tailored.
I mean,
What is this? What is this? What, how have people gotten so brainwashed that they would sleep online in fall cold weather to get into a sample sale of basic bitchery like that?
I could not, I mean, I have not, I don't own any pieces of the Row, but I imagine if it's like some of the other lines that I did buy when I was younger, that they cater to those teeny tiny girls. And that if you're a size 8, you're like too big, and you try on the 8 and it's too small for you.
The
and then
normal size. If you were
Yeah, and
normal
then you're-
size, yeah.
Yeah, and then you try on the 8, it doesn't fit you, and you're like an 8 everywhere else, and then you're absolutely traumatized by this shopping experience because they cater to those teeny tiny girls, and it's kind of like the skinny bitch club. So yes, you're going to spend $2,000 because you're in the skinny bitch club, and this is the way that you prove it. I can't just. I mean, I'm wearing vintage Moschino. I saw it on the nanny.
love.
Fran Drescher wore it, and I got one similar because I liked that episode of The Nanny. I can't get behind this. That stuff looked too basic. Like you said, go to H&M, spend $50 on that.
You
on a
could
pair
get
of pants.
really well-made pieces at Uniqlo. I cannot differentiate. I'm sorry. And as discussed, I have a shopping problem. To the naked eye, I should be able to differentiate in tailoring, in fabric quality, in design. I cannot. And so I want to use that to talk about two big celebrities who are now fronting major campaigns for two fashion houses. And this is, as your criminal cultural prosecutor, exhibit B and C as to why high fashion is in terminal decline. We are looking at John Malkovich for J.W. Anderson, and he looks ridiculous. And this image of him, like he's posing like he thinks this is really high fashion. And this image of him on the floor in what looks like a construction worker's or like a first responder's orange, like that sort of parachute pant material pant, and then a neon yellowish green turtleneck. And he's got one work boot off and he's holding it. And he looks, I see homeless people like this on the street in New York all the time. What is this? Is this something I should be putting on my foot? Do I put it on my head? Look at him here.
He's
Look at
voguing
him.
so
They are
hard.
laughing at him. The photographer, the stylist, they're laughing at him and they're laughing at the people who paid them. They're laughing at the house and they're laughing at the consumer who's going to go spend a ton of money on this garbage. This is John Malkovich. What's up?
I thought he looked like Charlie Brown in the bright color. I was like, oh, he just looks like he looks like Charlie Brown. I would have loved to have been in that pitch meeting and seen the names that were skipped to go for this hire, or
Or who turned it down before they got to John, who said yes.
Yeah. And how was this described? Like legitimately, what was the vision? Because if that was an acid dream for me, okay, like that was some ayahuasca. Like I don't ever need to see that again.
Now we're going to go to Pam Anderson, who is styled, as I wrote on Instagram, like a Queens, New York call center operative. Her hair is in the kind of hair that the fashion world would make fun of in the 80s. It looks like a mullet that's been permed with that kind of like bang that they curl under, and it cuts the forehead in half. And then we see her, like she's got like a red face. Like her face is red and ruddy, and there's no redness corrector. There's no makeup whatsoever. And the outfit itself is just terrible. It's like blue on green. And you can see they're like going for quote unquote authenticity. This is the legacy of Terry Richardson, who was kicked out of the industry for sexually abusing models. And like his whole aesthetic was scuzzy scuzz. But she's not wearing any foundation garments. You can tell they let her stomach, like they show the little pooch in her stomach. I mean, she's a nearly 60-something woman who's birthed 2 children. But like, again, in the fashion world, like you would never show that. You would airbrush it out. You would Spanx her to death. And I feel like they're making fun of like working class people with this. I really do. What do you think?
That's an interesting observation. I have been confused by a lot of Pamela Anderson's choices over, and I loved that documentary. I think she either did it for Hulu or Netflix. There was an interesting Pamela Anderson documentary where she went into the sex tape and how it hurt her. And I've thought for the last few years, she did the Showgirl, Sofia Coppola film, and she was excellent in that. She was sweet in that. I love, when I grew up, I was obsessed with her on Baywatch, and I wonder if she resented the way that she was sexualized so much in her early career, that this is an act of rebellion. A lot of what we see from her today. I think she did a little bit of makeup and glam for the Naked Gun premiere, although
She did.
all of that's in question. Yeah, like that, all of that's in question. Was that a fake relationship? Whatever. But I wonder if she's trying to reject or refuse that sex symbol status that made her who she is. And by the way, she could still pull it off today, and I miss it because the woman I fell in love with and admired as a young girl, she's gone.
This all sort of began, I sort of carbon date this to when she began her platonic, one-sided crush relationship with Julian Assange, and began being photographed with like books, like substantial books, like that she was reading. And I think that she, like so many of the Hollywood machine, conflates intelligence with having to look plain. Like you don't, there's even a line on the current season of The Diplomat where, Carrie Russell's hair, like her disheveled hair is a running joke. And the Carrie Russell character says, it's meant to communicate that I have more important things to do than hair and makeup. And not so. No, I disagree with that. And that's a longer conversation for another time. Here's a shock. It's been over 16 years since the federal minimum wage was raised to $7.25. Can you believe it? Company productivity has doubled, but has your wallet size? 1 in 5 Americans can't even qualify for a basic credit card. The system is broken. We all deserve access to decent housing, transportation, and financial stability. That is where Kickoff comes in. Kickoff helps you build credit fast with affordable plans starting at just $5 per month. No hidden fees, no interest, just on-time payments that get reported to credit bureaus and help you grow a strong credit score. Users with credit scores under 600 saw an average increase of 84 points in their first year. With premium plans, you can even build credit with the rent you already pay. Only positive payments get reported. It is so easy to get started. Sign up in minutes from your phone. No credit check, no hassle. Over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of 5-star reviews make Kickoff the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit today and get your first month for just $1 at getkickoff.com/Maureen. That's getkickoff.com/Maureen.